I don't get all the hate that J.J. Abrams got for the new Star Trek reboot. Lens flares don't really bother me too much. They were fun, they were exciting, and the casting was spot on. Some argued that they weren't true Star Trek, whatever that means. But even some Star Trek wasn't Star Trek. I do get that some things have to be sacrificed for action and spectacle, and I was okay with that. It still made for a fun movie experience. They are trying to make a crowd-pleasing blockbuster, after all. They tried to be cerebral. How did that turn out? I also tend to look at them as a different interpretation of the material, which is true. Who's a better Bond, Connery or Craig? Both excellent, both representative of their time and current cultural norms, and we can all agree that Roger Moore sucked. Star Trek Beyond, the third installment in J.J. Abrams' reboot universe. J.J. didn't return to direct this one. He went on to direct some indie flick instead. That job fell to Justin Lin, whose credits include Fast and Furious movies. To me, out of all three reboot movies, this one felt the most like an original TOS episode. It starts with Kirk negotiating a peace agreement by the book. No Prime Directive violations, no shenanigans, but even then it goes haywire when the creatures attack Kirk. But surprisingly, this actually ties into the rest of the movie. The chemistry between the cast was at its peak. The opening monologue really brings the ship and its crew to life, showing us the people instead of perfect Starfleet personnel. We get some glimpses of daily life on the Enterprise, which made it feel more like a community in space, and that made it hurt much more when the ship gets attacked later. Kirk is finally a mature captain. He's responsible, resourceful, while still hanging on to that wild side. Initially, he's feeling a bit lost, not seeing where his life is going. You know you're in a funk when space travel is boring.
Pretty sure it's the rest of that Saurian brandy we picked up on Thesis.
My God, man. Are you trying to go blind?
They're just chatting, talking about Kirk's birthday, drinking booze and reflecting on life. That's what real people do. It's relatable. They arrive at Starbase Yorktown, a fragile-looking snow globe in space, and it's one of the most amazing pieces of architecture I've ever seen in a movie. I wonder what the rent is like here. Spock and Uhura broke up. I usually hate it when movies break up couples because the writers don't seem to have any other ideas how to advance a couple. But here it makes sort of sense, and it feeds into Spock's character arc.
You know, Spock, if an Earth girl says, it's me, not you, it's definitely you.
We learned that Ambassador Spock, played by Leonard Nimoy, has died, and it's deeply affecting Mr. Spock. And with his perceived obligation to proliferate his Vulcan species, meaning lots of Vulcan sex, complicates things with Uhura, which led to their breakup. Controversial moment in 5, 4, 3... Oops, missed it. Seriously, they made a big deal about Sulu being gay, and it was on screen for like 6 seconds.
Unidentified vessel, please comply.
What is this?
But this is refreshing. The last few Star Trek movies had bad guys and giant hulking ships. Now they have thousands of small ships that work together like pissed off bees. The Enterprise attack sequence is harrowing. We see the crew mowed down mercilessly. The ship is torn apart piece by piece. Some hated the J.J. prize, but it quickly grew on me. Watching it die on screen was rough. We get introduced to Krall, played by Idris Elba. He's after the artifact Kirk tried to give those little guys from the opening. He wants to, what else, destroy the Federation because he feels that conflict makes us strong and unity is a weakness. The Enterprise is destroyed and the crew is stranded on an alien planet. The crew has to work together separately to free themselves, the rest of their crew, escape the planet, and with the help of a new friend, save the Federation. I also like that the crew had more to do this time around. Spock and Bones are thrown together, and their scenes are well handled, and at times hilarious.
Horse shit.
You get that old interplay between the two, antagonistic but never hateful. And boy, does their chemistry fully bloom here.
God, you're getting delirious.
Scotty meets our new friend, Jayla, played by Sofia Boutella, an alien trapped on the planet like them. She kicks ass. She's an interesting character with a decent backstory. She's also pretty funny.
of the beats and shouting.
Well, you did.
She spent a long time living in her house, which turns out to be an old Federation starship.
At least I won't die alone. Well, that's just typical.
When Kroll gets his hands on the piece he's been waiting for, which Kirk had hidden in a crewman's spider head, really, a spider head. I'm not racist or anything, but that's just too weird for me. Kroll's superweapon is complete. What does it do? Naturally, it kills people horribly.
Now, we could really use your help. We just need you to be brave, is all.
Their bold plan to rescue the crew, and they needed an excuse to put Kirk on that bike. And just in time, Kroll is headed to Yorktown and beyond to get his evil plan on.
My old friend.
Let's make some noise. That's a good choice.
And the way they defeated the bee swarm ships, even though it was a Mars attacks maneuver, it was different. It wasn't about who had the better guns, it was about outsmarting a vastly superior force. It's a fun scene, and I grin ear to ear every time I see it.
Is that classical music?
Yes, Doctor, it would seem to be.
They pursue Kroll into Yorktown. Ooh, interception at the 5-yard line! The crowd goes wild! Spoiler warning. They discover Kroll is a former Starfleet officer who'd been using some kind of alien tech to prolong his life by absorbing energy from others. The final fight between Kirk and Kroll takes place at the center of Yorktown, where the gravity is pretty messed up. It makes for a cool sequence, a real palm sweater, a perfect blend of CG, wirework, and blue screen effects. There's a point where you think Kroll is coming to his senses, but nope, he is too far gone. He's just too pretty for prison. Spock has a touching moment when he's going through Ambassador Spock's belongings, and we see a pic of the original crew. I got teary, I won't lie. Kirk has thrown a birthday party by the surviving crew. Spock and Uhura are back together. Chekhov is having seafood tonight. And Jayla is accepted into Starfleet Academy. Kirk and Spock come to terms with their place in the universe, right by each other's side. As it should be. At least for a few more movies. They get a brand new, even more advanced starship, the Enterprise A.
To boldly go where no one has gone before.
I picked up the Walmart gift set. It came with the Blu-ray and 3 mini ships, the Enterprise, the Franklin, and one of the Swarm ships. Not a ton of extras, I'll list them in the description below, but let's be real. I got it for the ships.
To the Enterprise.
To the Enterprise.
And to absent friends.
Here's to that.
Cheers.
I'd just like to take a moment to address the passing of Anton Yelchin and Leonard Nimoy. It was really hard not to think about it every moment he was on screen, and I know I will miss his presence in future installments. Mr. Yelchin's portrayal was respectful, yet he made it his own. Mr. Spock is iconic, legendary, and a permanent fixture of pop culture. Here's to you guys. You will be missed. I hope you like this video. Feel free to subscribe. It's only logical. This is TheNewBee. Thanks for watching. It's like he had a baby.